Hello, potential buyer. This is Barry, and this is just a quick demonstration of a 8-channel oscilloscope I have for sale. This is a Tektronix 5110, and let's see if there's a model number on the individual channel modules. Doesn't yeah, it has two 5A14N 4-channel modules, of course, for a total of 8 channels. The time base is a 5B10N, and I'm currently feeding a signal of 1 megahertz at 10 millivolts into channel 1. Now, if you're looking for a quick way to find intermittence, this is the scope that you want because you can monitor 8 different points in the circuit, and so when something cuts out, instead of okay, where did it cut out? Because the signal came back in. You can monitor 8 different circuit points. You have your input signal on channel 1, maybe channel 2, about halfway through the preamp stage, channel 3 at the output of the preamp, channel 4, input to the power amp before the controls, channel 5 after the controls, channel 6, about midway through the power amp, channel 7, at the output transformer, and channel 8 at the speaker output. So if you lose your signal and you're monitoring all these points, all you gotta do is look up at your scope, and you'll find right where that signal's being lost and where it's still, healthy. And so that can really just greatly troubleshoot your intermittent problems. So this is just a quick test to let you know that everything is working. As I mentioned, this is an 8-channel scope. Now it will only trigger off of channel 1, and it mentions that on the scope itself. And then everything else triggers off of that. So as you can see, we've got channel 1 hooked up with a signal of 1 megahertz at 10 millivolts. And so we're just going to we're just going to plug this same signal into the rest of the channels and make sure that they all work. So I've got them all preset for pretty equal output, just make it quicker. So there's channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, channel 5, channel 6, channel 7, and channel 8. And of course, you can vary the amplitude of each channel. Make this one a little bit higher. You can shift them in any order that you want. You can put channel 1 at the bottom, channel 8 at the top. However you want to do it. And then, so just to make sure that it works well at audio frequencies too, because I did mention that right now we're feeding 1 megahertz into it. So let's kick it down. Let's kick the signal down to say 10K. Okay, I think I hit the wrong. Let's try this. Let's try this again. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. 10K frequency. It will bring our amplitude back to 10 millivolts peak to peak. That is a peak to peak measurement, not RMS. Okay, and of course now we're going to have to turn our time base down to match that frequency. So as you can see, we've got our 10K signal going in there now. So we'll just 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. So we can see that all 8 channels are working on that too. And so that's a 10K. That's a little high for the human ear to hear. So let's go to the more common test frequency of 1K. Frequency 1K. Okay, and now we're at a more realistic place where we're going to be testing our amplifiers and stuff at. So channel 2, channel 3, channel 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if we can see all the channels are working properly, it's doing everything it's supposed to do. The triggering's pretty nice. Here's our triggering control here, and you can see it is triggering. So that's pretty much it. There's not much else to explain. It's just a simple, basically a 1 megahertz scope. Designed mainly for audio work and to find intermittence at different parts of the circuit. This is going to make it a lot faster than starting over each time you have your signal come out. Starting over. Okay, where did I lose it last time, or where did I still have it last time? This way you can monitor 8 different points in the circuit, and as I mentioned, it will only trigger off of channel 1. So that's probably where you want to monitor your known good input test signal in channel 1, and then of course it'll trigger on that for every other point in the amplifier circuit. So that's pretty much it. Just a quick demonstration, and the trace is nice and bright. There's not a whole lot of wear on that CRT at all. It's CRT's in really healthy shape there, and it's nice and sharp for audio work. I mean, we're not going to be looking at the real fine signals here, and Excuse me. Let's change the input wave to, let's see, let's make this a square wave. Okay, and there's our square wave. And we just kick the output up a little bit more so we can see the square better. And let's see here. See if we can trigger it a little bit better too. Okay, maybe a little bit more input. Let's see. Let's go to 50 millivolts peak to peak. Okay, that's a little bit too much to be square. Let's try 25 millivolts peak to peak. There we go. Okay, now we got a much better looking square wave, and we have triggering on our square wave. So, and we'll check triangle wave just for fun. Okay, got a nice triangle, and we're triggering on the triangle wave as well. So we'll go back to our sine wave. Okay, and kick our level back down to 10 millivolts. So it's definitely a sensitive enough scope. I mean, you're getting this much amplitude from a 10 millivolt signal, and you can get even more, actually quite a bit more. Let's go down to 1 millivolt just for fun. 1 millivolt peak to peak, and that's what you get for a 1 millivolt. Now, naturally, at that low of a level, you're going to get some of the noise in the signal too, but it is still triggering on a 1 millivolt signal. And I doubt if anybody's going to want to use a signal smaller than that for testing. We'll get up to 2 millivolts so we can improve the triggering a bit. Okay, so that's a pretty solid triggering for a 2 millivolt audio signal. Definitely usable. So that was it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown so you can make sure that everything works on this scope, everything does what it's supposed to before you make a decision to come over and possibly buy it. So thanks for watching.